Uh, Hello, good afternoon. I'm going to interview the third runner-up and Mr. Grand International 2021, Mr. Grand France Cedric Cabane. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. It's afternoon here. It's almost evening, and it's morning there, right?
Yeah, it's 11 in the morning here.
11 in the morning. Okay. First of all, Cedric, I would like to thank you for being so nice and for being so accommodating for my request because you didn't hesitate, to accept my request for this live interview. Actually, my followers will be more later on when we upload this also in the YouTube. And
Okay.
what I mentioned to you when we were chatting, I love French. uh,
Okay.
there's something about the French people which truly endear me. Like Miss Grand France is also a very good friend of mine, and Miss Face of
Right.
Humanity France, yeah, Miss Grand France LOD is
I saw
also
your
I
interview with her. Yeah, I saw
yeah.
it.
Okay, so I would like to thank you for being so nice, no, and accommodating. So I'll be asking you random questions, Cedric, right?
Okay.
So, so that the Asians will be, will get to know more about you. Okay.
Okay.
So prior to Mr. Grand France and Mr. Grand International, who is Cedric?
Okay, I'm introducing myself. So I'm CEDRIC CABANE. I'm from Nice, south of France. I don't know if you know this place.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's in okay.
So I'm 26 years old. I was not supposed to be in this world, in the fashion world. Like I studied law for 5 years. I'm working as a real estate agent, as a counselor for children. So I'm doing a different kind of job. And one day, someone asked me to do my first pageant, and I really love that. I would like to continue on this way, so that's why I accepted for Instagram. But basically, I'm just a real estate agent in Nice.
Okay, so basically, Mr. Grand France is actually your first pageant.
No, I did one before, but it was a national one called Mr. France. I
Okay.
tried to represent my region, Côte d'Azur.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the first runner-up. I haven't been in the national pageant, but I did one in a regional pageant, and I was first runner-up, yes. So I did
Okay.
one before. I have a little experience before that.
Mhm. Okay. Before we continue, I would like to greet Miss Face of Humanity Thailand, Nata. She is watching right now. Hi. Okay. Um, Next, so who actually encouraged you to try the pageant world?
Actually, it's me. I like
Oh,
yeah, I like
yeah.
to have new challenges and to discover new adventure. So I'm okay for everything. I mean, when you ask me something new, I'm in. And then I asked my family, my friends. I had a good opinion. They said, "Okay, go try. You have nothing to lose." So yeah, first was me, and then my family and my friend was after me.
Mhm. Okay, so when you first tried the Mr. France, right, and you did not win, uh, what made you decide to still pursue the pageant career? Because you never made it, right, in the Mr. France, and then how did you join the Mr. Grant? Was there a pageant, or did you apply, or were you handpicked, or what's the process?
So actually, my first page with Mr. France Côte d'Azur was in 2019. So it was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So I was not
okay.
in the pageant anymore. I just did my life. And one
Mhm.
day, due to some post, some story maybe, I received a message from Mr. Grand International on Instagram. And they said, okay, would you be interested in participating in this pageant? I was like, okay, why me? I don't know. let's do it. So I send my folder, I send picture, I send video, I send a lot of things, and
Mm.
they said, okay, we want to go with you. you,
Yeah.
you are
Yeah,
chosen as Instagram friend, so I
because you're
will.
so charming. You're so handsome. You're so charming. You're so
Thank you.
nice. I think that's what the organization saw in you.
I was
Okay.
surprised, but they contacted me before I did, so I just followed the instructions and I was there.
Oh, that's great, no? And then you were selected during the pandemic, right? Okay.
Yes.
So what kind of preparation did you have? Because there were some limitations, restrictions. Was there a point wherein you doubted that it might push through because all other major pageants actually had a set. I mean, they tried rescheduling, right? So what were the things running in your mind during the time?
Actually, the first show was supposed to be in April 2021, so I tried to be ready for that date. But after, due to the pandemic, it changed. The date changed. To be prepared, I mean, I do some sport every day as I do athletics.
Mm.
So physically, I didn't change anything about my preparation. I just continue to make sport,
Yeah,
and then I was not realized that the pageant will be okay. I mean, in my mind, it was too long to think about that. Everything could change, so I waited, and in September I said, okay, it's in 2 months now. I can go. Now it will be real. So I had some coach for the jet. I have one friend of
Mhm.
mine who make me be ready for that. I tried to prepare my speech because I knew that we had a lot of speech to do in English. So I just tried to be ready, but nothing special. I mean, I just uh,
Yeah.
I just learned
You-
some question
Okay.
and answer to be ready, but I didn't say anything about my life.
Mm. Okay. When you went to Panama, it was held in Panama, right? Mm.
Yeah, Panama City.
Yeah. So when you went there, who was actually your roommate, and who was the first candidate that you met, and who were your friends? Who became your friends?
Okay, so before going to Panama, I had a transit in Amsterdam, and now I met two guys from the pageant, Mr. Ukraine and Mr. Czech Republic. So obviously, it was the two first people that I spoke with. So we were in the same, in the same pageant. We were alone at the airport. So I met them for the first time when I arrived in Panama. We were like 10 or 20 candidates, and we were called one by one to say, okay, this is your room, this is your room, this is your room. And I was with Mr. Canada and Mr. Ukraine.
Mhm.
So it was my two roommates, Ukraine and Canada. And after doing the pageant, doing the 10 days, I had a lot of friends because we are together 24 hours, 7 days. So I would say that Netherlands, Guyana, Korea, Czech Republic, uh, Argentina, like we have a big group, so it was really good. And
Okay. So
Netherlands is liking the post, so he's here. So yes, Netherlands was one of my friends, and I had a few others. Maybe I forgot one, Japan,
when
and etc.
Okay, so when you were already in the competition, of course, I know you're very competitive, right? The fact that you joined there, of course you have in your heart and in your mind that you want to win, right? So, who among the candidates you found, or who you considered your greatest competitor?
Yeah. When I decided to join, I didn't expect anything. I was not like, okay, I want to win. But when you are there and when you have each day some hot picks, some people who are better than you, like you are in the competition and you say, okay, now I want to win. So I just followed the fan pageant who always puts some candidates at the top, and I said, okay, it could be my best concurrents, contestants. So USA was always on the top, Puerto Rico too, and Canada. I think
Mhm.
the three candidates who were always on top, and we were always speaking about them. So I will say those three. But
Mhm.
I knew that everything could change because the fan page only see pictures. They don't see how we are in the pageant, how is our personality, our attitude. So I knew that it was not fixed, but it was those three maybe.
Okay. In terms of the fan base, no, we all know that many European countries they don't have as much fan base as compared to the Latin countries and to Asian, right? So, was there any aspect of the competition where your fans should vote? Was there some sort of a fan vote in the Mr. Grand International?
There were some fan vote, yeah. There were some fan vote. It was obviously my family, my friend, and the people who know me, or some follower on Instagram, but it was not people who don't know me. But I was third. No, I was second of the fan vote. And
Mhm.
3 or 4 minutes before the deadline, one candidate put thousand and thousand and thousand votes, so he passed first. So I was third,
Okay.
but I was really proud to be third because we were a lot of candidates. So I had some support. I know that in Asia and in America, pageants are like a way of life. It's like sport in France. But I had some support. I had a lot of page who spoke to me and who support me. French page too, pages.
Mhm.
So no, I was okay for the support. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to greet first the director of, one of the best directors of Miss Grand in Indonesia, Padardo. Hi, Padardo. Okay. Uh, so, okay. So, when was the time when you realized and when you felt that, okay, I think I would make it in the top five? I mean, was there that moment when you felt that you had a very strong, chance of making it in the top five?
Uh, I think that I didn't realize since the day for the top 10, I realized that I could join it during the preliminary contest because I think I did a great job and my interview with the jury was really great. I spoke in English, I answered all the questions, so I say, okay, for the top this maybe it could be okay. For the top five, I didn't imagine, but during the day, to pass from the top 10 to the top five, we had to make a speech, 40-second speech about sports, and I really prepared my speech. And when I was there, I think I spoke well, and when I saw other candidates, maybe who was stressed, I don't know, nervous, I said, okay, I did my job for the speech. I hope to join the top five. I not really understand why I will not be in, but you never know. So yes, during the speech, I said, okay, I have my chance, but not before.
Okay.
Before, you don't know, you have with a lot of
Yeah.
incredible guy, you can't say, okay, I will be in the top five. Too
Yeah.
pretentious.
Okay. So when you were called for the top five, okay. So what were running in your mind?
I was called the first. I didn't have the time to
Okay.
be nervous and say, "Oh, hopefully, friends." Was friends. I was
Uh,
okay. No, I was really happy. I was really happy.
okay. So the fourth runner up was called. The fourth runner up was it USA or Canada?
No, it was
Canada, right?
Trinidad and Tobago.
Ah, Trinidad. Ah, Trinidad and Tobago is the first runner up.
Yeah, actually, you are called for the top five, and after the
Mm.
fifth is called, the fourth, the third, the two. So the first one who was called in the top five was me, but that doesn't mean that I was the fifth one, because after we had some
Mm.
questions, some answer from the jury,
Yeah.
and it's at the end who Canada was called the first and France the second. So that's why I'm
Mhm.
the third runner-up.
So you were announced as the third runner up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm interested, no? How did you feel?
Well, I don't know. I was a bit disappointed. I don't know why. No, but when you're in the top five, you don't want to hurt your country.
Yeah.
So it was like, please, no
Yeah.
France, not France. And France, I was like, oh. But it
Mm.
was the 2, 3 seconds after you realize
Uh,
that, okay, it's cool, I
yeah.
have that. I
Yeah.
realized my objective, my goal. So no, I was really happy. First, I was
Yeah.
excited, but
And
after we had,
it's already an achievement in itself,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's very difficult to make it in the top five, no? You know what? When I talked to Elodie, the Miss Grand France,
yeah.
the only objective of her was to make it in the top 20 because France has never really placed for quite some time in the top 20 of Miss Grand International. But for you, you made it. But she managed to make it in the top 20, and she succeeded. No, she worked hard for it, and I even congratulated her because that's the only aim that she had, and she got it. Now, for
But
your case,
I think she
mm,
had more a competitive around her. Like she had more contestants
yeah,
to beat.
mm,
I have less, so my chances was maybe higher than her. But
mm.
yeah,
Yeah, but still, it's still we cannot deny the fact that you made it in the top five, regardless of the number of competitors, right? So you have to congratulate yourself as well
yeah.
for that. I would like to ask, no, are French really using English while in France? Is it something that is common to all French that while you are in France, you speak English and French, or purely French dominated, language? I mean, of course, it's your language, but are there a lot of French who speak English?
Okay, we are not famous to be good in English. We are more
Mm,
famous to no, not to not be really good in languages. We have a big
mm,
French accent. I have one too. I just lived for a few weeks in London, which could help, but I
mm,
don't have really good English. We just try to. I think actually we all want to travel a lot, and it's
mm.
maybe during the travel we learned, but not really from the school.
Okay. So schools in France, they teach English, but they don't use it as a medium of instruction.
They teach English, but we don't have any experience abroad, so it's difficult to
Mm.
maintain that level and
Uh,
to speak well with only English lessons in school. But some
mm,
arrived, huh? But I think that my job helped me to improve, and the fact that I was traveled helped too. I have the
mm.
basics from the school, but I have a big French accent. Like I can say
Uh,
that I speak really English.
Okay,
I
but you're
don't know.
good. At least, no. At least you're good. I think that's one of your edges, no. Why you delivered a very good speech, no. Let's talk about your family. Are you still staying with your family, or you're living on your own right now? And how many siblings do you have? Are your parents still alive? And where are they? Things like that.
My parents still alive. I was living with them since the beginning of the year. Now I live in my own apartment, but I'm maybe 10 minutes from from my
Mm,
house. I have one sister too who is living in the same building as me. So we were really close. So yeah, I have my two parents and I have my sister, and I'm living alone since few months now. Yeah.
Okay, so when you went to before going to Mr. Grant International, were you actually required to come up with an advocacy? And if there is, what is your advocacy?
Mm. Yeah, I had like a journalist from the pageant who helped
Mm,
us to prepare some answers. And one question had a lot of chance to be asked, and it was, "What's your advocacy?" So I tried
mm,
to find one advocacy I have, and I know that I'm working with children as a teacher, as a
mm,
counselor. We say animator, but I'm not sure it's English. So we say counselor,
mm,
like, um, and I try to speak about this advocacy to help children to evolve in a better world, to learn to them that everything is possible, that they have to listen their own voice and not the voice of parents or etc. I just try to improve, yeah, children education because I work with
mm.
them and it's important for me.
Okay. So you may disclose this or not, but I'm just curious. No, once you win in the Mr. Grand International as one of the top five, right, as a runner-up, what are some of the prizes that you receive?
Uh, Actually, nothing. I
So
didn't receive anything.
Okay, but of course, no, the honor, no, the the title itself is actually something that
Yes.
that would help you in your career and in your future life,
Yeah, I
right?
was not expecting any prizes, so I'm okay with that. I knew that before. The winner has prizes, but it's the winner.
Mhm.
And me, I just have my sesh, I just have experience and some contacts,
Mhm.
so I'm happy with that. But yeah, you're right.
Uh,
It
so
maybe it could open up doors.
were you given like some sort of like trophy or plaques that that you could bring home?
No, we don't have any trophies, just the sesh. Yeah,
Ah, just a sash.
that's
Okay.
the
But anyway,
sesh.
the title, anyway, it will be forever embedded in the history of Mr. Grant International that you're
Yeah,
the third runner-up for 2021, right? So,
yeah.
and I'm very sure, Cedric, it will open up the doors for you, no? A lot of
Fingers
doors,
crossed.
windows will be opening for you after that. And well, the truth is, I noticed you because of that, no? I mean, when I was browsing it, and then of course I have some bias for French, no? I thought I told you that I always look at French people or French candidate first when I browse pageant portals and all. But then aside from that, I think you're really attractive. I think you're really very genuine, no? And I was able to prove that when you replied to my request, and I think that is
Oh,
really very nice of you and very kind of you. And
I I received a lot of messages, and when I
mm,
answered, because I answered at each one, they said, "Oh my God, you answered me." I said, "I'm no one not to answer. Of course, I answer. I was not realized that it was important for people,
mm,
but yes, I answer to everyone. That's normal."
mm. Okay, so when you went back to your country, right? What was the first thing that you do? I mean, did you go to your family? I mean, did you celebrate things like that? Mm.
My parents waited me at the airport. So when I
Mm.
arrived, they was there, and I just get back home with my parents, and I slept because I have 24 hours traveled.
Mhm.
So I arrived by night in France. So I just saw my family, my parents, and I just slept. And the day
Mm.
after, I had to go back to work. So I saw my colleagues, some friends. I chatted a lot with them, but I didn't celebrate yet. Maybe this weekend.
Okay. So when was the actual competition was December 4, right? Mm.
It was 5, no?
Ah,
Saturday 5?
5.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
5.
Oh, yeah, because the
Oh,
Miss Grand
I don't know.
International was on the 4th, right? So I think
Let me check.
almost almost
Uh,
same season, same time,
yes,
right?
it was the 4, you're right, but with the jet lag, we saw the Miss Grand International pageant the morning for us. It was the morning, but the
Mhm.
same day, yeah.
Okay, okay, so amazing, right? Oh, and then, so what was the what did your boss or your boss in your work say? Your colleagues, what did they say when you first reported for work?
They was really happy. They congrats me. They was really happy for me. I had a lot of support from them. So yeah, they were surprised, but they was happy for me, and that's good to have the support of your job. So I
Mm.
was okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't you're working in the real estate, is it?
Yes, mainly.
Mm. Okay. So do you enjoy that kind of work, or you are planning to shift career after the Mr. Grant International?
Hmm. I don't think like I can make a career now in the fashion.
Mm.
I was third runner up. That's really great, but I can't make more for the moment. So real estate is a job that makes me happy, but it allowed me to make a lot of jobs. Like I'm my own boss, so I can do other jobs, and I'm happy with that. So if there is an opportunity in the fashion or in this world, I could join
Mm.
it by keeping my job. So that's great. I can arrange some jobs. So. I just
I think so. I think it will, you will have some offers later on.
I hope so,
Yeah.
maybe. I will accept them for
I
sure.
can feel it. You will have some offers, and then what if you will be offered for, for the entertainment industry, for show business? Are you into acting? Is the movie or filmmaking industry in France really that, intense?
So the question is if I want to join that war?
Yeah, if you want to
Of
join
course.
show business.
Of course, of course. I just made some TV show as a candidate, and I really liked this experience. I like this world, so yes, I'm in. If I have any opportunity, I'm in for that. Yeah, of course.
Okay. So, after how many days or weeks did you stay in the competition for Mr. Grant?
We stayed for 10 days. The first day we were in quarantine, so we were not allowed to go out and to make anything. So we was just between us in the room. But after we stayed for nine days. So we have an intense
Okay.
preparation.
So almost 2 weeks, right?
Almost
Okay.
2 weeks. Yeah, 10 days, 11 days, but yeah, 11 days.
Mm-mm. So
But I,
immediately after you were declared winners, no, the five of you, was there any press conference, or was there any meeting that was held to present for you to be presented to the media?
no, we don't have any interview. We just had a photo shoot session
Mhm.
the day and the day after. We had some shoots to do, but not interview. The pageant was Saturday by night, and
Mhm.
everyone came back to their city the day
Mhm.
after on the Sunday. So no, we don't have any interview
Okay. So,
or by Instagram like you.
yeah, okay. In all honesty, actually, I haven't had an opportunity to watch Mr. Grant in the past. No, it's always the Miss Grant International. So it's my first time to become aware of it, and
But you
uh,
saw the live?
yeah.
You saw the live? I guess. Okay, okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my first time actually.
Okay, okay.
So, uh, what are your plans now? Of course, somehow your life will be changed, no, with that title. You will always be carrying that, and you can never tell. You might have some offers outside France also. So, what's your immediate plan, or what's your plans for the next 5 years, or for example, where do you see yourself in 5 years time?
I hope my life will change, but for the moment, I can say that I just joined my world and nothing changed for me. But opportunity can arrive, and if it's the case, I will bring them. My goal in the next 5 years is, I don't know, just taking all the opportunity I can do. I want to join another pageant. Why not? A national one
Mm.
or an international one. So yes, I would like to make one more before
Mm.
start, because I'm
Yeah,
26
because
years
you're
old.
still
I think I
young.
can do it 2 years, 3 years after, but after it will be
Mm.
finished for me. So yes, join another one and try to improve.
Yeah, I think because you're still young, you're only 25, and
Thanks.
yeah, another pageant might probably be giving you the crown or the title already, right? And what Cedric, if for example, there's an organization, or there's an individual who wants to get your service, like for example, giving a talk, or judging, or some other services that you could provide as a beauty pageant, as a male beauty pageant winner, who should they contact to? Should they go directly to you, or do you have a manager?
I don't have any manager, so they have to contact me
Okay, so
directly.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I think
I am in an
who
agency for photo shoots, but
Mm.
not for pageant. So for pageant, just contacted me. And yeah,
Mm.
I was thinking that maybe I could improve Mr. Grand International in France because we don't have any committee. So I had to do everything by myself. I had to book my flight. I had
Oh.
to find my outfits. I had to find my national costume, and it was really complicated. So for the next Mr. Grand France, I would like to
Mm.
help him and maybe organize a pageant in France to select the next Mr. Grand. So maybe
Yeah.
as national director or something like that.
Mm.
But yeah, it could be great to make this pageant evolved in France. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cedric, you are a credible person. You are the most credible person to help the organization because you have proven your worth. You made it in the top five, right? So I think you're a perfect person to really take care and to assist and to help the Mr. Grand France organization. No?
Yeah, and I know
Uh,
how it works. I know what we need to do. So maybe this could be a plus for me. Yeah.
yeah, and you could also train, no? You could also train the new Mr. Grand,
Maybe.
right?
I can help train. I don't know. I will try because I didn't win, but I can
No.
try. Yes, I can try.
No, you know what?
I will be
Probably for
happy.
you, it's just a runner-up. But for the rest of the world, you're a winner, right? Oh, you are. And the fact that I'm talking to you right now, the more we admire you. Ladies and gentlemen, for all my followers and to all my friends who will be watching this and who are watching this, I assure you, Cedric here is such a very nice person, and he deserves the best in this world. So uh,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. And so that's the reason why I'm asking you if ever there will be, some organizations or people who would want to hire your service. Who knows, right? And it's a good thing we could go directly to you to negotiate.
Yes, directly me. Yeah, of course.
Okay. And of course, you have your Instagram account, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know, how do you handle, because not all followers are commenting positively, right? Especially for celebrities like you. Uh,
I'm
there,
not.
there will be some comments. It may be in French or in English that sometimes very offensive or negative. How do you handle that?
Uh, I'm not a celebrity yet, but I have a lot of comments and messages. But I didn't have very negative comments and negative message. No, all was really kind, and it was more support. It's not in this pageant that you can have maybe some negative message because if you don't like a
Mm.
candidate, you just don't write to him. I had
Mm.
experience by the past when I made some TV show and when I received a lot of negative message, not a lot, but negative message. But not in this case. In this case, in the pageant, it was really always nice comments, nice messages.
Mm.
So I didn't manage to handle any negative comments. No, I
Yeah,
have maybe two or three, but I just didn't answer. Or yeah, I
yeah.
do like and
So,
bye.
that's good, though. That's good because it's very seldom that a certain figure like you wouldn't receive, such a lot of negative,
Yeah,
comments. No, just to irritate you, probably. I mean, bashers are like that, no, and it's a good thing to know that. And
you
I
can have
think,
one, and
but I
just you
think
can
that.
have. Sorry, you
Mm.
can have negative message when you make some TV show or something like that because they
Mm.
cut and they don't see anything. But in this pageant, they just saw myself without stop for one
Yeah.
hour. I was just smiling and just enjoying, so I would not understand that I could have any
Yeah.
bad comments, but it could
Mm.
have. I didn't have.
Okay, so the five of you, was there any? I mean, the top five, right?
Yeah,
Are you close to the four of them?
I can say that I'm close with Canada because it was my roommate, so we shared a lot of
Mm.
moments. For the other ones, it was not the candidates I was the closest.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
appreciate
Mm.
them, but the group, my group, was not with them. But due to languages, because they are from, they spoke
Yeah.
Spanish, and United States is really far. So it was not my closest friends, but I appreciate them, of course.
Mm. Okay, so let's go back to the possibility of you assisting the Mr. Grand France, right? When I talked to Miss Grand France, Mr. France, Miss Grand France LOD, she told me that in France it's not a common thing to have like beauty camps, no, where you enter that beauty camps and they will take care of everything that you need, no, and it's so amazing to know that like LOD you also prepared everything on your own. No? So, the national costume, I saw your national costume is really very French.
Really?
and yeah.
I was not
Uh,
sure.
and then you prepared everything as in you plan everything and you go to people or stores to buy things like that. I'm interested to know how you did all those things.
It was so complicated. Oh my God.
Mm.
Okay, Cedric, you have to find a national costume. I don't know. So I contacted the newspaper here in Nice called Nice Matin,
Mm.
who helped me by some ads. And then I had to go by my own to the shops to say, okay, I will join the pageant. I will need your help to just giving me one outfit, and then I give you it back. So I sent a lot
Mm.
of messages. I went in a lot of shops. I was in a wedding, I don't know, salon du mariage, a wedding
Mm.
salon. Like I I had some outfit from some brands, so
Mm.
I saw them, and because I knew them, they accepted to give me some outfit. So it's called Boutique de Vred. Another one was Underwear, Zao Couture. Yeah, I finally found some shops who were okay to give me some outfit. But for the national costume, I didn't have any answer. I tried to contact some people, but I never had any answer.
Mm.
So I just buy one t-shirt there, one hat, one jeans, one shoes. I have one person who advised me on
Mm.
how making that possible. I saw he joined the live. Um, so it was difficult, but finally I arrived because of some shops who accepted and because I was really active.
Mm. Yeah, that's amazing. Like, that would serve as an inspiration to others who are also struggling. Countries who those who belong in a country where beauty camps and teams are not really that available. No, and I think that's a good idea. The one that you're thinking of, that you might be helping the organization in France. No, to assist. No, so lucky. The next Mr. Grand is so lucky because you're already there.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
of course, at the beginning it was really difficult, and I said, okay, maybe I will not join the pageant. But I am competitive, and I like to have new challenges. So I continue. I continue. I have a lot of support. I have some friends,
Mm.
some family, and they advises me. So I continued, and I succeed. But for one guy who has maybe a lot of work to do and who don't have the time to make that, it would be really difficult. So I think a help will be helpful.
Mm. Okay. Okay. And how about your airfare going to Panama? Is it shouldered by the organization or you look for a sponsor?
um, Basically, it's your committee. Your committee paid you the flight and paid you everything,
Mm.
but I didn't have any committee, so I had to pay by my own my
Oh my
flight.
God.
Yeah,
Mm.
when I arrived in Panama, of course, everything was taking charges. They paid us the hotel, the food, but the travel was my money.
Mm.
So that's why it was not really
Oh.
easy, and that's why I thank
Mm.
the shops who helped me to find some outfit, because outfit plus flights plus, yeah, it's not easy.
Probably. You did not try to approach airline companies, to
No,
sponsor you.
I didn't have any answer from shops, so airlines company. I didn't have
Okay.
any hope.
Yeah.
Maybe I could, but I didn't try.
Yeah. But I think you could have tried, because based on my experience and based on what I know about other candidates or queens that or kings that I've met, no, they could do that. I mean, they could ask. everything is sponsored by,
Yes.
a company, no?
Yes, actually, the company could accept because of the publicity, but I didn't have a lot of followers before
Mhm.
and even now. So I don't know. Maybe for the next one, if I'm joining another pageant, I could because I can say, okay, I'm the third runner-up of an international contest.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, yeah.
past before that, I was no one, so I didn't know.
No, no. Sometimes it's not about followers, no. But you might not have that huge followers, but then your followers really like you. Your followers really adore you. No, I mean, because sometimes a certain person has so much followers, but more half of those followers are actually there to just harass her or him, or to comment negatively, right? So I think keeping that number, but that's the reason why you never really receive so much, hate messages, because those who followed you really like you. Those who followed you really want you, and you are actually an inspiration without you knowing it. The fact that you are posting your photos in I was actually motivated to follow you because your photos are charming. I mean, like, that's why I could have settled for, the winner, right? Mr. Puerto Rico or something. But then when I was looking at the photos and I think, well, I said I'm biased to French. French are one of my favorite people in the world. But apart from that, no, apart from that, and I was never wrong, no. When you replied, I was like over the moon. I never expected that you would reply, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Because
I
you're a
answer every
titan. You're,
time.
you're you're a winner. You're one of the top five. And of course, normally they don't immediately respond, no, or reply, and that's why I'm so thankful and I'm so amazed. Now, uh, in the workplace, no, in your area of work, uh, is it? Can you claim that it's a high-paying job, or it's just enough for you to survive and all?
What do you
Is
mean?
it some? Is it something that the compensation or the benefits or the salary is big enough for you to really, uh, is it a high-paying job?
But my real estate or pageant?
Yeah, your real estate.
Oh, it depends. It depends because we don't have any salary. We just have commission if we sell
Commissions.
something. So when we sold apartments and houses in French Riviera, of course, it's good for us. We have money. But imagine you are 3 months in lockdown, you can't do
Mhm.
any sale and you have nothing. So it's like that. It's like that. It
Okay.
depends on the month, it depends on the period. We could raise a lot of money. I don't
Mhm.
do that. I can't say that I'm doing that full time because you saw I was 10 days off to Panama,
Yeah.
so 10 days without anything and without any
Mhm.
paid. So you could, if you are really, really in 100% of your time. Me is okay. It's okay, but it's because I do a lot of things around. So
Yeah. So at least, I think you know how to discipline yourself and to budget your whatever commissions that you're receiving, no? Because the fact that you managed to shoulder your own airfare going to Panama, that's
yeah,
amazing.
yes, we could say that. We could say that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And and considering that you're only 25, and that's so amazing. That's so amazing to know. I
We
hope
were
those
supposed to
who.
be a lot of, we were supposed to be 40, 45, but some candidates had trouble to make visa, or for the
Mm,
pandemic, there was positive because we had to make one test. Each candidate had to make one test before the departure, and
mm,
five of them, or maybe less, was positive. So yeah, we were supposed
mm.
to be 40, and then we were 26, 27. You saw that Mr. Philippine
Yeah, he was not able to
participated
join.
by distance. He was here over
Yeah.
here, and it was the case for a lot of candidates. Yeah.
Okay. So, let's talk about your life during the pandemic, right? If there is one thing that you've realized, because I think France is also one of the countries in Europe which had a high rate of, positive for COVID, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, what was one lesson that you've learned from this pandemic, and how did you cope with the pandemic? It's so frightening, right? Because the cases are very high, and France and Europe, the whole European the continent is actually always in the news, no, because of the high cases, no. How did you cope with that? How did you confront the situation? What did you do? What have you learned? Things like that.
I prepared this answer if I had the question in the pageant. So I answer, I have learned three things. To value togetherness, family, and now. But
Mm.
no, I just learned to value now because I was sometimes waiting for tomorrow, something that I could done today. And then now I try just to do now what I can do, not to wait because tomorrow is really uncertain. For the pandemic, I, mm, I was okay with the pandemic. Like I did a lot of things. I don't know how to say in English. I had not a good feeling, but I was not in the bad mood during the pandemic. No, I
Mm.
tried to make a lot of things. I tried to
You're so
improve.
productive.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I did a lot of things. I was with family, with friends, so I was not alone, of course. And what I've learned is, yeah, just to. Sorry, I received a message, a dedicace for Kevin.
Uh,
So yeah, I just try to 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 take the time for me and to do some things, like not just to wait during this pandemic. So for this example, for the pageant, it was one example. I knew that I will participate to this pageant, so I really trained myself and I really did some sports because I was thinking about that. I had each time a goal that helped me to pass through this pandemic.
mm.
And then no, I just followed everyone. Like I did my vaccination two times. I just tried my best to pass.
Mm. Okay. So what can you say about those? I'm not sure about the percentage of people in France who have been vaccinated, no, but in other countries, a great number of people don't want to be vaccinated. What can you say about that?
One of the most privileged is choice. So I will not say anything. Each one has the right to think for him. We are the owner of our body. I could understand that some people don't doesn't want to. So I understand two points of view. Me, I can say that I'm against vaccination because I'm vaccinated. And I think that we have to think in general. And it's not about protecting yourself, it's about protecting the other selves. So it's a good point for me to be vaccinated. That there is scientific proofs. So I'm in, but I respect all the opinions. And I have some friends who are not vaccinated, and I don't I don't blame them. I just respect that. But if I have an advice, is to vaccinate.
Okay. Let me ask you some questions, no? Some global issues, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we want to
tell
know
me.
more about you. I mean, you're very good in Q&A, yeah. I think that is one of your strengths, no? What is your view uh, in same-sex marriage?
Um, I had this question again. I was prepared for every question. uh, I respect all the opinion and all the country, but we are not. Some of them say that oh, it's against religion, but we are not speaking about sex marriage in church. It's just a legal one. So I'm totally in, and I'm totally in favor of sex marriage, as it's just an equality. Like we always speak about gender equality, it's an example of inequality, of gender inequality. When you saw some country who didn't allow that, each one has to have this. Each one needs the same rights, and the right to get married is one right, not depending of on the gender. So I'm totally in favor. I think in Panama, where I was, it's not allowed, I think, but I'm not sure. So hopefully I did not have this question, but I would probably say the same thing as today.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
in favor with the value of friends. You know, it's freedom, fraternity, and equality.
Mm.
Equality is this, so I'm in favor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay. How about are you familiar with marijuana? Marijuana, the legalization of it. Only few countries have legalized it, like Canada and Uruguay, and it was asked in the Miss Universe. Uh,
Oh,
would you push for the legalization of it in your country if you know that it could cure certain kinds of illnesses or diseases?
yeah, I can just say that I'm in favor only for therapy because I know that it could help people for some injuries. So legalization of marijuana in a medicine way, I'm in favor. Yeah, because again, we have some proofs that it could help. And in general, I'm not. Uh, I don't have any opinion because I'm not. I never tried. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
for
good.
medicinal, I'm okay.
What can you say about the educational system in France? Can you say that they offer one of the best educational systems in the world, or what?
In the world, I don't know, but for France, we have a good education system. Yeah, we are accompanied. We have a lot of support. We have some good schools, good university. We have some help from the state. We have some money sometimes if we are in a precarity situation. So yes, I can say that we have a lot of help in France.
Mhm. Okay. What do you think is the best thing that France can offer to the world?
Um, I think that we are a country who accepted everyone. Like it's depending of religion, of skin color, of tradition, we accept everyone. We are really open. We have a lot of cultures. So I will say that we are an open country where everything is possible for everyone. It's not like an American dream, but you can do a lot of things in France depending on your nationality. So I would say that we are open to the world.
Okay. Do you know how to cook or to prepare? French cuisines. Actually, they're the best in the world. Do you know how to prepare foods? French
Yes.
food.
French food,
Okay.
I don't, yes, 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 I can cook. I like cook. Not for myself, but for the other, I like to cook. Yeah.
Mm.
And
Okay,
we,
so if I will have the opportunity to go to France when things get better, I'll visit you. I will meet you for sure.
okay, okay. Because French food, I really missed French food when I was in Panama because the food was not French food. So
Uh,
I'm happy
yeah, and
to.
yeah, France has a lot of, I mean, everybody dreams of exploring France. Everybody dreams of
Really?
visiting France, right?
Good.
Yeah,
Good
and
to know.
okay, so what to call this? This Christmas, okay, are you a Catholic?
I am.
Okay. So how do you spend Christmas in your family, in friends?
Yes, it's always with my family. Always with my family. By night, it's with my mother's family, and the day after with my father's family. But yes, we are always in family. It's like a tradition. So I really
Mhm.
enjoyed
Okay.
this period.
Okay. This is a personal question. Are you in a relationship right now?
I'm not.
Okay, single. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, he is single. Okay. What do you look for in a partner? Of course, you're still young. You won't be settling soon, no? Settling down soon. But what do you look for in a partner?
I don't know. Private
Mm.
question.
Oh, okay. So
Joker
it will
for me.
come. it will come as it will come later on. No? Once you feel it, it will be like that, right? And you're still young. Focus on some other things yet. You still have so much future ahead of you, right? And I still want to see you competing in another pageant, no? Because you're very good in answering questions.
I don't know. I hope I will have the opportunity. That could be
Yeah,
good.
if in the future you will be joining, let us know. Let me know. We will
Okay.
assist you. We will help you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We
I will
will help you
say.
with the things that you haven't, that you found difficulty achieving there.
I don't know if I have to go by myself to contact some pageant or if they will contact me because of this pageant. I don't know how it works, but I will just wait for a few months,
Yeah.
and if I don't see any message, I will probably try
Mhm.
to
Okay,
ask them. I don't
probably
know.
I can also find ways or find some organizations that might be,
Okay.
and then I'll connect. I'll let you know also because you are the type of person that is worth helping and assisting. No, if you will really find and you will really decide to compete in another pageant, expect our support. Me personally, I'll definitely support you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Merci.
Okay, last few questions, no. If you're not representing France, for example, which country will you represent? Tough question.
Oh, um, I never, I never lived abroad except one time when I lived in London. I really loved the atmosphere. I really love this city and this country. So I will probably say that it's a country that I could represent. Yeah, I have a good
Okay.
experience. It's one of the best memory I had. So yes, maybe this country. Because
Okay.
we didn't have any representant, we didn't have any candidate from this country during the pageant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There was not English people. No.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's no Mr. England or Mr. Scotland or Mr. United Kingdom like
We
that.
didn't have any any of those three.
Uh, Okay. If you will be, for example, invited, are you open to, for example, you will be invited to come here in Indonesia or in Bali or in the Philippines? Are you open to that?
Of course, I went to Bali 2 years ago, and it was an incredible
Okay.
experience. It was my best holidays, I think. I was with family.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I love. So
Yeah.
if I have the opportunity, I jump on the flight.
Yeah. Good. Good. Good to know.
And
Okay. So.
basically the pageant was supposed to be in Philippines. Maybe you know that, but due to pandemic, because I think it's already complicated there, the pageant was put in Panama, but it was supposed to
So
be in
yeah, yeah.
Philippines.
So Mr. Grand International is based in the Philippines. I'm not really aware.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay, okay.
And it,
Because I'm a Filipino, but I'm based here in Indonesia
uh,
for more than a decade now. So
as I
that's why
understood, the director of this pageant was in Philippines, but he didn't get the visa. That's why he didn't join the pageant. So that's why, yeah, in
okay.
Philippines it's not really easy, I think.
So basically, the one which organized is actually Panama, like
Yeah,
that. So amazing, yeah.
they just settled the pageant, but all the
Mm.
organization is in Philippines.
But in France, I mean the what do you call this? The support of the people in pageant is not that strong, right? I mean, they're not really that into pageant thing. Unlike, for example, some Asian countries, like it literally stops the world for them if it's Miss Universe, Miss International, Miss World, something like that. But in what do you think is the reason why French are not really into beauty pageants? Although you produce very beautiful women, right? And you produce queens already, right?
It
And kings
is.
and mm. But what do you think is the reason why the support of the entire French community is not really that strong?
Yeah, maybe it's not in our culture. It's just a question of culture. I know that it's not on TV. The Mister, for example, all the pageants for Mister are not on TV shows, so it doesn't help to be famous and to be known. But for the Miss, we have Miss France, and it's on TV show. It's today, it's tonight, and there is a lot of
Oh, okay.
support. Each time it's on TV, we have some support. And tomorrow there is Miss Universe. For me, I'm supporting the French woman Clémence Bottineau, so I will watch the live,
Mm,
and I have some friends too. But it's not all of them, and maybe it's just a question of culture or interest. We have other interests.
mm.
I don't know, but I hope by during the next few days, it could come over to
Yeah.
support them because I like those
Because
pageants. I'm a fan of that.
yeah, because French men and women are beautiful people, right? I mean, you are really for pageantry. I mean, it's very seldom that, I mean, most of the time when we meet or when we see a French, national, uh, it's always good looking, no? Whether a male or a female, you're always good looking people.
And we had the Miss Universe from France, Iris. So
Yes.
it's the proof that we can succeed and we can have some support.
And we have Cedric as third runner-up in the Mr. Grand International, right?
Yes, yes.
we have yeah, that's true. Now, any message to your followers? No, I think you have so many followers. I've been seeing your followers. No, any message to them?
It's just about thanks them for the support. Thanks to follow my journey, to had follow my journey. Thanks for your messages. Like I repeat that I'm no one, so each support is good to have, and it's really a pleasure for me. And I try to share as much as I can. And if I join another pageant, I hope they will be by my side too, because I couldn't make a pageant alone without any support. It's not possible. So
Yeah.
just
Okay.
continue to follow my adventures.
Yeah. To your family. Message to your family.
My family is my first support. When I speak about support, of course, family is more than support. Like they was by my side since the beginning. They helped me a lot. So for my family, I just want them to be proud of me, and I will just try to make them proud for the future. It's the first person I would like to make proud of me.
To your Mr. Grand France family.
My Mr. Grandfather's family. It's not a big family for the moment, but I hope it will
Even
be.
even to your two or three, it's okay, right? A message
Okay,
to
okay.
Mr. France,
I will
Grand
just
France.
say to them that it was an incredible experience, and I push them to be part of this organization, this pageant, and I will help for sure the next one who will represent our country. So my message is just go, do not hesitate. It's an incredible experience, and you have to do it.
Okay. To the Mr. Grand International Organization.
Thank you for giving me thank you for giving me this opportunity because it didn't change my life, but it was an experience that I will remember all my life. They was really kind, really helpful. So thanks to them, and for my Mr. Grand International family as candidates. I invited them all in France, and I'm really happy to have some friends on each country of the world now. So, yes.
Okay. And of course, last but not the least, your message to Mr. Dudes.
Who is Mr. Jude?
Mr. Dudes.
Ah, sorry. Yeah. Oh, it's your accent, I can
Okay.
understand. Thank you for this interview. You had always kind words to me, so that makes me really happy. You show kindness. I can see that. So just continue to support pageant, women or men pageant, because it helps us a lot to be proud of ourselves. You make us realize a lot of things. So thank you, and I hope we will have another interview for another pageant, maybe. with no
Yeah.
mustache. I don't know.
Yes, okay. And Cedric, this is my last word to you, no. You are a very genuine person. You're so authentic. You're so natural. You're honest to goodness. You're so charming. You're so nice. You're very smart. You're so witty, and you deserve the best in everything. You mentioned a while ago that it didn't change your life. You're wrong. It will change your life. Just wait for it. Good things will happen to you, and I intend to keep our communication because that's what I've told you. I'm very much willing to support you in whatever way I could. Probably I could, I could, there might be some opportunities for you and, that could open. And so definitely I'll keep in touch and I will definitely be supporting in all your endeavors. No?
Merci.
And rest assured that you're a very good friend of mine now.
Thank
Okay.
you. Merci
So
beaucoup.
So, ladies and gentlemen, to all my followers, and later on it will be uploaded in YouTube. And to all my followers, it's an honor and a privilege for me to be able to interview one of the kindest and one of the nicest and one of the handsomest men we have around, the Mr. Grand France 2021, and the third runner-up in the Mr. Grand International 2021, Cedric. Okay, Cedric, could you show your sash?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, amazing, amazing. That is priceless. Okay. So keep in touch, Cedric.
Of
Thank you
course.
so much from the bottom of my heart. Expect, good things to happen to you.
Merci. Thanks for your time, and I hope, and we will get in touch, of course. Merci
Yeah, let's
beaucoup.
keep in touch. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Cedric.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Merci.